Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome back to Stars Aligned Oracle YouTube channel. Cat Star here with your general reading for the week of March 21st through 27th. As a reminder, my readings are for entertainment and are general in nature. They may or may not resonate for everybody, so please do take what is for you and leave what isn't. For those of you liking and sharing the videos, thank you so much. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Let's go ahead and see what's happening, what's coming in, what's going on for you this week, Aquarius. Now, oh my gosh, the cards sure have a lot to say today. If you haven't already checked out the timeless reading that was jumping cards to put on the channel earlier, go ahead and check that out because we had, oh my gosh, the cards. So many cards. Oh my goodness. We're just gonna put them out here. I don't know how they fell. So, my gosh. Okay, the cards have a lot to say today, Aquarius. Again, if you haven't already watched the timeless reading that went on earlier today, the title was about inflation. Check that one out. What is on the horizon financially for us? It's a timeless reading for all star sign, all zodiac signs. So be sure to check that one out because the cards had a lot to say in that reading as well. So let's go ahead and kind of see on the bottom of the deck the overall energy for this reading is the Queen of Wands. So you're kind of stepping into this sociable, really kind of bold and confident energy during this time, Aquarius. So that is really, really gorgeous. Really kind of stepping into yourself, even more so than maybe you have in the past. Very sociable, very kind of out there doing all the things. So we just had the spring equinox. It feels like the seasons are changing, but not only are the seasons changing, kind of there's a new cycle coming in for us or you, right? Because I'm an Aquarius also. Personally, it's like stepping into this new phase of life, this confidence or this bolder kind of energy, more confident, right? Energy. So that is gorgeous, gorgeous. All right. And then we also have the Moon, the King of Cups, and the Four of Swords. So with that Moon energy, what is actually coming through is that some of you are really going to need to be kind of paying attention to what it is that you may be fearing or fears that have been coming up for you, and really kind of tuning into if the fears are valid or if they are, kind of there as messengers or for something for you to look at. Now, sometimes there are potentially valid fears, right? Sometimes we have things that come up that are potentially valid fears, but a lot of the time it's kind of us scaring ourselves. And I know that that can be hard to hear, but a lot of times it is us scaring ourselves. So checking into tuning in with that. There may be with that King of Cups some intense emotions coming through here during this time as you're kind of letting whatever no longer works, fears, worries, that sort of thing fall away, and you're stepping into this more bold, more confident energy, Aquarius. And then with that Four of Swords, you're really taking that time to kind of take a step back, allow for healing, allow for, yourself to kind of have this renewal, this, right, from looking at the fears or potential fears from really, with a King of Swords, King of Cups, with a King of Cups, really kind of having those intense emotions, allowing yourself to be there, sit in it, and really, really, take in all of the pieces, the parts of it, pulling those pieces, those fragments of yourself back, taking your power back, and really tuning into that self-love and that peace that is within you. Oh, this is really, really a gorgeous reading. You also have Death, the Five of Wheels, and the Five of Swords. So we've got fives coming in here. Fives, of course, do equal change. So you've got some change coming in. And of course you do, with stepping into this more confidence, looking at the fears, having those, allowing yourself to feel those intense emotions, letting those move through you, and letting yourself, with that Four of Swords, coming back to peace. You have this death that is coming in, which is a rebirth. This is just like, almost like the caterpillar, as you know, it changes and turns into the butterfly and is coming out of the cocoon. You are coming out of kind of, and with the spring equinox, right, we're kind of coming out of this potentially frozen state, Aquarius, and moving back into the warmth. So that is really gorgeous energy. So that change, what are you moving through with the Five of Wheels and the Five of Swords? You're moving, well, the Five of Wheels, of course, is the Five of Pentacles, just to clarify. You're moving through this feeling of potentially feeling left out or out in the cold, or potentially giving other people your power away, which we just spoke about. Pulling those fragments, pulling that power back to you through looking at the fears, right? And realizing or noticing if they're real, or if there's something that, unfortunately, something that we all do, something that we're kind of allowing ourselves to settle into, and maybe aren't real, right? Maybe aren't real. So really noticing that. And then with the Five of Swords, there, you're kind of confronting yourself. You may feel a little bit challenged during this time, but you're moving through that, into that peace, into that, with that Four of Swords, into that peace, into that renewal. This is like recuperating, rejuvenation during this time. Again, thawing out basically with this energy. So you're moving through into this kind of almost new beginning, and or this new season within your life that is really, really about being bold, being confident, and really, really, with that Queen of Wands, with that overall energy, kind of being a little bit more sociable, right? Not feeling left out or left out in the cold with this Five of Wheels, Five of Pentacles. It's really putting yourself into that place where you're more sociable, you're more out there in the world. So that is gorgeous energy as well. You also have the Six of Cups, excuse me, the Six of Swords, and the Strength card. So the Six of Swords is leaving behind all of those fears, or as many as you can, noticing them, leaving those behind, you know, allowing yourself to feel that intense emotion, and moving back into that rejuvenation, having that kind of new beginning with that Death card, the Five of Wheels, you know, pulling yourself from feeling left out or feeling left out in the cold. And with the Five of Swords, really allowing yourself to kind of have this time or this space where you're really allowing yourself to maybe look at the details and see if you're playing too much into them, and really stepping back into the social place. You're leaving all of that behind for this new beginning that is here, Aquarius, and that takes courage. That does take strength. Some people might actually think that you are crazy, Aquarius, during this time, for really, you know, allowing yourself to move through this, to go through this, to have all of this kind of transition, or right, coming out of the cocoon into that butterfly, spreading your wings, but going through the process, doing the work to get there. Some people may think that you're crazy during this time for allowing yourself to be in this space, for allowing yourself to do this work, for allowing yourself to really step into this, Aquarius. And yet on the other side, that beautiful butterfly, which is you, emerges, and people will be in awe to see just how much transformation you have actually allowed yourself to go through. It's almost going to potentially be like a kind of a day and night situation, and or again, coming out of thawing out, coming out of that cold, and moving into a new season within your life that is very, you know, very confident, more bold, more sociable, more out there within the world, which is something that maybe some of you haven't been doing. I know that there's been a lot going on in the world, and in some instances, for quite a bit of time, there has been this kind of non-sociable aspect to the world, if you get what I'm putting out there. And yet during this time, it's kind of that thawing out and moving back into or moving into a new season, a new phase where, again, people might think that you're crazy, Aquarius, in the beginning of this, but on the other side, they're going to see that beautiful butterfly emerge, which of course is you. You also have the Eight of Cups coming in here, and that Eight of Cups is exactly that, right? Letting go. You've got the Six of Swords, which is that transition, that help, right? That transformation. And you have that Eight of Cups coming in with that letting go of anything. So the people that are out there saying or thinking potentially or putting out there that potentially you're crazy, let that go, because you know exactly what you're doing during this time, Aquarius. You know exactly what you're doing and how that is benefiting you. All right, beautiful, beautiful energy coming in here, Aquarius. A lot of transformation, that butterfly coming out of the cocoon and really, really stepping into that Queen of Wands energy, that confident, bold, sociable energy coming into this new season of yourself. Your guidance and support is the Six of Cups and the Judgment card here, Aquarius. And actually the whole reading, right, with all the cards coming out so much as of late, and the all that the cards really want to say, or what wants to come through, what spirit wants to say, has really set this reading up with that guidance and support. So the guidance and support is, you have the Six of Cups and you have Judgment. So the Six of Cups is really allowing yourself to, right, in those moments where it may feel a little bit difficult here at the beginning of the reading with the fears coming up and potentially that intense emotion, is really allowing yourself to tune into those times, those memories, that nostalgia of, right, what it was or how it felt or who you were, or allowed yourself to be prior to this current season that you are actually moving through, this metamorphosis, this transformation, who it was at that time prior to this, because we all go through seasons, just like nature, right? We all have seasons, we all have up and down, we all have ebb and flow. So focusing in those moments where you allow yourself to, on potentially, especially again in this beginning part, right? Because you have that rebirth coming in, that coming out of the cocoon as the beautiful butterfly ready to spread your wings. But in those moments where it feels more difficult, it's okay to focus in on those memories, that nostalgia, something that will make you laugh, bring that joy, that feeling of joy, to help ease in certain situations. And then you also have that Judgment coming in. This is surrendering to this process, Aquarius, and knowing that this is a new season that is coming through, a second chance, if you will, that there is this butterfly that is emerging through you, that is you. And on the other side, even for those naysayers or potential people, right, that are potentially going to be judging you, thinking you're crazy for allowing yourself to have this process, to do this process, to be within this process, and to move through this process. For those people thinking that you're crazy, Aquarius, they're on the other side of all this, when they see that beautiful butterfly emerge, they will actually be supporting you. They will actually be in this place of support and approval. Not that you need anybody else's approval, but for some, in this time, in this season, it can feel like nobody is supporting you, or nobody is approving of the choices that you're making. Again, nobody needs to. You don't need anybody else's permission. But on the other side of that, you will have that support once they see that beautiful butterfly emerge. So wow, lots of beautiful energy coming in. We go, we have to have darkness to have the light or the day. And you're moving through this beautiful process Aquarius, and I'm so excited to see how this beautiful butterfly emerges on the other side for all of us, right? All right, I do intend this resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit that like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also hit that subscribe button. It's completely free for you and helps to support your girl. And hit the bell icon and check that all notifications box so you're notified every time I upload new readings. As always, I do wish you lots of hope, lots of joy, and lots and lots and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors. And I'll see you in the next reading.